One of the things a client most often says after coming out of hypnosis is, "I don't feel like I was hypnotized." This usually makes me giggle. If you have never been hypnotized before, how would you know what it was supposed to feel like? There are many misconceptions about hypnosis, and this supposed feeling that everyone expects is certainly one of them. When I first see a client for hypnosis, I always ask if this is their first time or if they've been through the hypnotic process before. If they have been hypnotized before, I explore what that experience was like for them and what the results were. Whether it's their first time or not, I always take time to go through a presentation in which I explain the theory behind hypnosis, and I always use the Freudian model. I explain the difference between the functions of the conscious mind and how it differs from how the subconscious mind operates. As part of this pre-talk, I explain that hypnosis is a natural phenomena which we have all experienced before, such as when you drive long distance and you lose track of time. Your mind wanders away from your driving, which then happens automatically because you've been driving for many years. Or when you get so engrossed in a movie that you may find yourself crying, even though what you are watching is not real, only flickering images on a screen. I take great care to explain that hypnosis is not a feeling, but a process of communication. Yes, you may feel deeply relaxed, perhaps relaxing deeper than you've ever relaxed before, but there's no one feeling that one can associate with hypnosis. Perhaps you may experience many emotions, or using your power of imagination, find yourself engrossed in the experience to such a degree that you tune out of other stimuli, such as outside sounds or noises, perhaps even forgetting for a few moments where you are. And yet, when a new client opens their eyes after a first session, the comment usually is, "I heard everything you said. I don't think I was hypnotized." And then I ask how long the session felt. 9 times out of 10, the answer is, about 10 or 15 minutes. And I would then smile, point to the clock on the wall, and tell them the actual duration of our session, which normally is about an hour. The dumbfounded look on their face is one of my favorite moments of such a session. And of course, you have to hear everything I say, otherwise, how would you make the changes? I suppose the idea that hypnosis must feel a certain way comes from popular culture. Now, how many movies have we seen where hypnosis is used as a way to control people? How many stage or television shows have we seen where people do the most ridiculous things when hypnotized? Is this where we get the idea from that it must feel a certain way? As if when you go into hypnosis, you're supposed to blank out and have no idea what's happening, and then when you emerge, you are a completely different person. So let me make it as clear as I can. Hypnosis is not a feeling. Hypnosis is a process of communication. If you were to judge it by the preconceived feelings you thought you were going to experience, then I'm sorry to say you'll be sadly disappointed. It is my contention that you should not judge the success of hypnosis by what you feel during the time you were under, another word I don't really like, under what, but you should judge hypnosis purely by the effect it has on you in the days, weeks, and months after the session has ended. What I mean by this is the following. You came in as a smoker. You want to stop smoking. So you go through a process with me because you decided to stop smoking. In the days and weeks that follows the session, do you change the way that you think about cigarettes? Do you start experiencing smoking as something unhealthy and smelly, something that you want to avoid at all costs? Are you finding new habits with which to replace the old smelly and stinking habit? Do you perhaps even completely forget to smoke? Or let's say you can't stop thinking about an ex-partner, having repeating and obsessive thoughts about that person that you cannot get rid of even months or even a year after the breakup. And then, after our session, do those thoughts slow down or perhaps even stop? Do you start focusing on something else, perhaps even making space in your life for a new relationship? There are many such examples I could mention, but I trust that you're getting the drift of what I'm trying to say. And remember, you may need more than one session to solve the issue, especially if it is a deep-rooted problem that requires analytical hypnotherapy to get rid of the root of the problem once and for all. Like any skill, hypnosis takes time for a client to learn and to use effectively. The first session with me is usually a training session to give the client some idea of what to expect, filled with many direct suggestions to get the process of change going. I would teach them a variety of skills, such as how to communicate with me through finger movements and how to use their imagination to the fullest so as to facilitate subconscious learning. It is a known fact that every time you enter the hypnotic process, you will go deeper than the time before, and the results will start being more profound. So here's my advice to somebody going to a hypnotherapist for the first time. Keep an open mind. You will need to learn to trust the person who will be guiding you in this process of change, a process that has the potential to have far-reaching positive effects on many aspects of your life. You need to give the process a fair chance and be prepared to do the work required to get to your outcome. It's not magic, and it's not done to you. You must be a willing participant, prepared to make the changes required. And when you experience that feeling of success, having achieved your aims and your goals, then you will truly know that indeed you have been hypnotized. My name is Hendrik Baird. My practice is called Hypnosis Works, and you can find me on the website findahypnotist.co.za, and from there you can click through to my website and the link is there, and you can also read the articles on the blog on Find a Hypnotist. And remember, hypnosis works, transforming the mind.